Hello everybody, how y'all doing? My name is Raffle. Welcome to the channel. We're back with another build video. This time is again another red build. However, I've changed a couple of the talents in order to, help players who are struggling either with class cannon or that don't like building up stacks for your obliterate, or that they think vigilance, it's on a cooldown for the better part of the fight, leading to them actually not taking full advantage of the backpack talent and things like that. As you can see, we have a full red build with, when we go to the stats, 49% critical hit chance, which will go all the way up to 59 when we use the Coyote Mask. And then we have 172% critical hit damage, which can go all the way up to 197% critical hit damage. So overall, I'd say that the build actually hits pretty damn hard. By playing with it for a couple of hours, doing some control points, things like that, I wasn't able to notice any big difference when it comes to the damage output compared to the casual, the classic red build with perfect glass cannon and with vigilance. So let's go over the talents first of all, because I think that's what most people are going to talk about. Starting from the chest piece, of course, we have Spotter. This whole build revolves around Spotter and Flatline. The Spotter talent will give us 15% amplified damage, both on our weapon but also on our skill damage, to pulsed enemies. In order to make sure that every single enemy is pulsed, we're using the Technician laser pointer, which actually pulses any enemy you aim at. So you don't have to worry about using a pulse skill or anything like that. As soon as you aim at somebody, that somebody is pulsed. Going back to the chest piece, we're going to go to the weapons in a little bit. As I told you, to finish Group AB for the 10% assault rifle damage, we have weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, critical hit damage. The difference between Spotter and glass cannon, of course, is that glass cannon will give you 25% amplified damage, and perfect glass cannon will give you even higher than that, will give you 30. However, if we combine Spotter and Flatline, we get 15 plus 15, that's 30% total amplified damage. And if we get the King Breaker, which gives us 20 instead of 15 amplified damage, we go all the way up to 35% amplified damage. So when it comes to comparing Spotter with glass cannon, you don't lose that much damage. Of course, the talent on our weapon is occupied by Flatline, so we cannot roll Optimist in there, which would, further up increase our damage on a build with glass cannon. However, as I said, by playing with that build, I didn't notice any big differences on the damage. If anything, I was able to maintain having a very high damage output without having to worry that much about my survivability. Moving on to the backpack now, we have a talent that very few people actually work with. It's called Unstoppable Force. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So when you have max stacks, you will get 25% weapon damage, which is the exact same as having vigilance there. Vigilance will give you 25% weapon damage, but as soon as you get hit, it will go on a cooldown for 4 seconds or 3 seconds if you have perfect vigilance. Vigilance is a pretty cool talent, don't get me wrong. I actually like vigilance quite a lot, but I find that if you're not used to playing with vigilance, if you're not used to playing quick, if you're not used to picking out, taking 5, 10, 15 shots, going back in cover so you don't get hit, things like that, players will actually play in a way which will have vigilance being on a cooldown for the better part of a fight, meaning that you don't actually take advantage of the talent spot, right? You don't take advantage of your backpack talent. So I decided to find an alternative to vigilance, which can be very easy to use, and it will be up for the entire fight. As you watched from the gameplay earlier on in the video, Unstoppable Force is really easy to stack up and maintain the stacks, simply because we kill enemies pretty fast with this weapon. So the stacks will go to max very fast, and we will also be able to maintain them like 95% of the time, meaning that we can maintain a 25% weapon damage increase pretty much for the entire fight when vigilance didn't do that. So I have it on a Ceska Vairoba backpack. It gives us 10% critical hit chance. We have weapon damage, weapon handling, critical hit damage, and critical hit damage mode, of course. The only thing I would change, of course, would be the weapon handling. I wouldn't go with critical hit chance. because that would put me over the cap of the critical hit chance, over the 60% when the Coyote Mask procced, excuse me. I will go with headshot damage, to be honest with you. We have some Grupo Sombra gloves for the 15% critical hit damage. I tried going with the Contractor's glove, and it turns out that the Grupo Sombra does more damage in most situations, so I decided to go with them. We have a Walker Harvey's holster for the 5% weapon damage. Again, weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, nothing crazy here. And then we have the Fox Bearers, of course, for the 8% damage targets out of cover, weapon damage, and a 12% critical hit damage roll. The last piece of the build, of course, is the Coyote Mask. Everything is pretty much maxed out, and then we have the Pack Instincts. You and allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. 0 to 15 meters plus 25% critical hit damage, 15 to 25 meters plus 10% critical hit damage and plus 10% critical hit chance, 25 meters and further 25% critical hit chance. The most fights you're gonna take are gonna be from the 0 meters to the 25 meters range, so either one of those two buffs will be active for the better duration of the fight. Moving on to the weapons, we have a Police M4, which I like to use when the enemies are at medium to long ranges. As you can see, we don't have everything maxed out here, sadly. I'm trying to optimize it, but it will take some time. Assault rifle damage, health damage, of course, and then damage targets out of cover. And then for the shorter ranges, I go with Kingbreaker. Kingbreaker, as you saw from the gameplay earlier, can hit all the way up for 1.3 million, which is super nice. Very high damage, very easy to kill enemies with that high damage, especially on the close range, which means that you're going to be hitting most of your shots. When things get, a little tough with controlling the recoil and everything like that at medium ranges, you just make sure to change to your Police M4, which has a much better accuracy and much less recoil, and you should be good to go. As you can see, we have everything maxed out here, and that's pretty much it. If we go to the specializations in the base of operations, you will see, of course, that I'm playing with the Technician, so I can get the laser sight. We have the 15% increased assault rifle damage from over here, but other than that, we don't get anything else that's, super beneficial to our build from the specialization. So yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. Let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts. What would you change about this build, what you don't like, what you like, things like that. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If it helped you, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.